Okay, I want to answer a couple questions that came up from some other students on this. How to treat the building, whether we hatch it. Well, we don't want to hatch anything except for sidewalks here. And so to create this kind of edging that you see here, what we can do is we'll just start with the, and I'll just go to 0, the outline of my building. You want to make sure you have this line all joined, okay? And to join it, we just use the J command, and you just got to make sure that it is truly joined and not overlapping as well, so no gaps or no overlaps. And then what we'll do is we'll offset this, say a distance of 3 works out for the scale. And then we're going to hatch this gap we just created. So hatch, and we're going to choose ANSI31. I'm going to choose a scale of 20 because that helps with my 1:20 scale. And also I want to make sure that it is non-associative, okay, so that when I delete it, it stays, okay, and so you got something like that, a little effect like that. The other question came up is how we are going to label these property lines. So what we're going to do there is we are going to just use single line text, and what we're just going to do is we're going to, you can do a quick measure, and this is 318.90. So all we're going to do is we're going to use single line text, and we're going to choose justification. We're going to choose bottom center. We're going to snap to the midpoint of that line. We're going to hold the size, and we're going to rotate it. Well, in this case, it's going to stay 0. And we're going to type in 318.90 feet, and we're done. So that's labeled. Okay, you want to make that to the proper layer. On these, we want to align them here too. I think it's like 45 point something. So let's go ahead and label that one. We're going to do single line text. Snap to the midpoint. Hold the size. Rotate it so it's in line, and type in 45.13 feet, and there it is. Okay, when labeling things such as radius, you only have to do it once because it's going to be used typically everywhere you see it. When we have big radiuses like this, go ahead and do those as well. We want to also measure these distances here. These are good widths to do on those as well. Now we want to modify this too. We don't want 4 decimal places. So let's look at how we would do that. So I'm going to go in here and modify this a little. And some of the modifications I want to do to this are to change the primary units. I want to put in a suffix of the foot itself, and I want to break it down to maybe 2 decimal places. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that's 28.0 feet. And in fact, for this case, we might even just go with really 1 decimal place for all these. Would probably be plenty sufficient for kind of an early layout like that. Okay, so those are the kind of changes you want to make for that drawing. And again, we want to keep, we only have to call out the dimensioning for 1 parking space and label it as typical. Okay, and again, what you want to do is use annotative text and dimensioning and activate the viewport after you've set it up, both scaled properly on annotation and the standard scale, have it locked, and then do everything through there, and it'll turn out a lot better. Building dimensions, you're going to dimension on the outside as well. So you're going to dimension all the sides as well using the same technique. Instead of using dimensions such as linear, it's okay to just go ahead and put them on the perimeter. Again, what we're trying to do is read it from left to right and up and down. Okay, so similar to what you see here.